My name is Major John Sei. The title Major, I'm not from Salvation Army, I'm from Kenya Defense Forces. I served and retired many years ago. I have done quite a bit. Besides serving this nation in the military, I think I have served again this country without a gun in a more effective and in a greater way. I have, when I left the military, I decided to do something that was, very, I was passionate about, and that is reaching out to people, talking to people, sharing ideas with people, and it became more or less a peaceful, a way of making peace. The first thing that I remember very well was what they call tribal clashes of 1992-93, whereby the church, the NCCK, called on me or appointed me to be the first coordinator and chair of the what they called Peace Task Force. And so we were able to, with my team that was elected by the church, to go all over the place, western part of Kenya, Rift Valley, even to the coast, and restored peace and cohesion among the communities. And then after that, in I think it was 1997, during the elections of 97, I was also called upon as a resource person in telling the nation to go into the elections and conduct peaceful elections. Thank God in 97 we didn't have very serious issues during the elections. Then the year 2000, I had an opportunity to go to South Sudan. And by then, it was called Southern Sudan because it was part of the bigger Sudan. And this is the time when the war that had been raging since 92 was going on. The North was fighting the South, and the South was demanding secession. And I went there to do one of those very odd and very difficult jobs, to reconcile the civilian population and the military wing of the movement, SPLM. And I had the opportunity to interact and to really share a lot of things with even the current president of South Sudan, Salva Kiir. I've had many other opportunities to attend international conferences on peace and conflict prevention. And when I was in South Africa, my wife was appointed the ambassador. And so I had the privilege as a spouse. And I went there, free ticket and free everything. And I got there and I thought I was going to enjoy myself, close my eyes and say, God, this is the time to rest. But did I rest? There was no rest. That's the time when Mogadishu exploded. And so there were a lot of meetings in Pretoria and Johannesburg talking about Somalia. And I ended up being sucked into that. And the late Ambassador Bethel Kiblagat was part of that outfit. And so I just got in there. And then after that came back, the beginning of 07. And then the unthinkable happened, the post-election violence that erupted because of the elections of 2007, December. I found myself right in the center. We had come back from South Africa. And the church, remembering that in 1992, I was involved in issues of peace. The Catholic bishop at that time of Eldoret Diocese, the late Bishop Korir, personally took a phone call, and he called me and he said, Major, where are you? So, the story is long, but eventually we put our hands together, put our heads together, and we were the first to attend to displaced persons who were running away from rural Uasin Gishu. And they were coming to the Catholic Cathedral. And I was right there in front of the whole exercise of accepting people and also telling the government what's happening, getting food, talking to other NGOs, USAID and Catholic Caritas and all the rest of them. But anyway, after that, then we realized that there was an element missing in the social fabric of our communities, whether they are Luyas or Kalenjins or Luos or whoever. And we discovered that the missing link was the absence of an elder in the structure of governance. And so I pioneered the formation of the Council of Elders, particularly for the Kalenjin community. And we helped the Luos and the Luyas and the Kikuyus also to revive their own councils of elders, because we discovered that issues of peace is not just political issue, because politics is a matter of interest. Peace cuts across. And so we restructured the Kalenjin Council of Elders. I became the pioneer and the first chair. And that is how, in the Rift Valley, we began to create a very strong, peaceful coexistence between the Kikuyus, the Luyas, and the Luos, and other minority groups who live in Rift Valley. Then after that, after the formation of the Council of Elders, then here comes the National Council of Elders. And I find myself being taken in by the management team of the National Council of Elders. So really, the story is long. Currently, I'm the chair of the National Council of Elders. Here I find myself now being told, you are part of another outfit, part of IGAD. I think personally, this is my crowning experience of my life. I don't know, I don't want to say I've reached the top, but I think I've gone to where I think, at my age, I think I ought to perhaps give space to others who are coming. But with this new responsibility, the passion that has driven me all along is still strong in me. And so I find myself available tool for our people, for our community, for our nation, for our region.